to our course here. This is SCI 220, Energy and Society. My name is Sarah Gonzalez, and I'll be the instructor for our course over the next 8 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we are all on the same page as to what is due for the week, or for the semester, really. So if you're not too familiar with Brightspace, there's not a ton of options to really go over. My instructor page might look a little bit different from you all's. But basically, go to course menu. Here's the announcements. So I'll be posting any announcements. I have a welcome to our class that was posted earlier today, or earlier, actually yesterday I posted it. I'll be posting the recording for this lecture as well too. So I'll post any articles I come across, videos having to do with some of the concepts that we discussed as well. So if you go to learning modules, that's the most important one. So table of contents, just kind of a preview again of what to expect, the syllabus here. Start here, so make sure you go over the start here, any information that you have, so maintenance, turn it in guide for you all as well, any general questions. Assignment information is here as well, so this has all the rubrics. So more importantly, let's go to what's due for this week. So this week is going to be a great introduction into energy fundamentals. The module is pretty much organized for you. So if you have an introduction here, it'll kind of go over some of our objectives here. So just kind of looking at some of the different, several types of energy sources we use to get our electricity, looking at population growth and energy usage as well, and looking at energy, power, and capacity factors. The overview has all the information, just kind of an intro here, maybe some questions to consider when you're doing your readings. For instance, how much oil consumption is from our imported fuels, looking at the percentage of energy usage, what percent comes from non-renewable sources, renewable sources, also nuclear as well. Here's a link to our readings and resources. So this is a great one to help kind of understand the concepts discussed and also help with your assignments and discussions as well. So from our textbook here, take a look at chapters 1 and 2, kind of understanding what energy is, and then also an overview of renewable versus non-renewable. Here's some additional readings looking at electricity explained, some of the capacity factors. You have an assignment based on that, and energy flow charts. So what's due for this week? Number 1 is going to be your discussion. So your initial post is going to be due on Thursday, and your follow-up response is due by Sunday. So in your initial post, you're going to introduce yourself, share what you know about energy resources and climate issues, and your aspirations, your hope, what you hope to learn from our course. And then you're going to respond to the following prompts. So intro and, in your opinion, how will continued population growth affect energy production and consumption around the world? What will happen to the prices of energy resources, for instance, coal, natural gas, solar, and wind, due to an increase in population and energy consumption? So that initial post, again, is due this coming Thursday. So the intro, and then in your opinion, questions as well. And then your 2 responses due by Sunday. You can respond to 2 separate classmates. And you're going to identify areas where you agree or disagree with their line of thinking. Now, here's the main thing. Be respectful. It's okay to agree to disagree, and support your comments with any type of references and resources. You can include any additional questions you have, so just make it a really good kind of a discussion forum. Here's the rubric, how I'll be grading. So again, initial post due Thursday, and your 2 follow-up responses due on Sunday. You also have an assignment called a capacity factor. So there's an article in that previous link I sent about capacity factors, and it has a great overview of what they are. So after reading this, you're going to write a 1 to 2 page paper, and you're going to address these things right here. So you're going to explain your understanding of what is capacity factor and efficiency in terms of energy production. What are your impressions of the capacity factor for renewable and non-renewable fuel types, as we discussed? Does anything surprise you? Explain that. And when you begin to choose your energy mix for the U.S., what do you think we should consider in terms of capacity factors? So I know right now I might be speaking a different language. After you read the article and you read some of your assignments or your chapters here, this will make a lot more sense to you. There's also a guideline and rubric page as well, so follow that just to see how I will be grading you. So this assignment is also due on Sunday. And then a final project review. This is really nothing due for this week per se, but you're going to read this final project guideline here and just kind of get familiar with what's due in Module 7. You can post any questions you have, and you can kind of look ahead because you will have milestones due. So for instance, if we just jump to next week, Module 2, maybe it's Module 3. Let me double check here. Module 3 is right here, yes. So you're going to complete milestone 1 of your final project. So luckily, you're going to be working on your final project as is, so you're not going to go to Module 7 and have this huge thing due. So expect the first portion, which is called a milestone of your final project, is due for Module 3. But let's concentrate on what's due. So again, your initial post for your discussion due by Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday, your journal article capacity factor, your journal assignment capacity factor due on Sunday, and then just review the project guidelines for your final project. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some great discussions online this week and learning more about you all.